Good morning dear students, welcome to Maths Bridge Course. In the yesterday's session, we continued the topic of trigonometry. We started off with trigonometry in the first class, and in the yesterday's session we discussed some very important concepts relating to ASTC rule and also the negatives of trigonometric angles. That is, negatives of trigonometric angles, that is sine of minus theta will become what? Minus sine theta. Cos of minus theta will become what? Cos theta. All these things we discussed in the previous class, and using that concepts we solved some very important questions from EAP set exam, that is from Telangana. And also I also told you in the first session, using just trigonometric identities, that sin square theta plus cos square theta is equal to 1, and reciprocal relation, sin theta is equal to what? 1 by cosecant, and cos theta is equal to what? 1 by secant, using that reciprocal relation and some basic knowledge of algebra, that is a plus b whole cube formula and a square plus b square formula. Using that we were able to solve JEE mains questions of 2021 and also JEE mains questions of 2025. And this shows the importance of solving the PYQs. But before that, you should know the right approach. First thing is, your concept is the king. Your concept should be clear and you should know the right approach. Right approach means what? How to start the question. How to start the question or how to approach the question. That is very important. Based on this, you have to keep revising the concepts and also the approach, and then you have to practice. Okay, only practicing won't help. Okay, you should revise the concepts multiple times. Then only the practice will happen in a right way. Okay, it's not the perfect. What is that? It is not that practice makes you perfect. It is perfect practice makes you perfect. Okay, proper practice will make you perfect. It's not just random practice. If you do, you will not become perfect. Okay, if you are practicing the wrong way, you will learn that only. So proper practice is very important. But for that, concepts should be proper and you should be internalizing the concepts in a proper way. You should be internalizing the concepts in a proper way. That is how this British course will help you. So I hope yesterday all the students who watched, you have gone through maths class, physics, chemistry and also biology class. I hope you are enjoying the sessions, and those who are starting off now, I suggest you to watch the previous two classes also after this session, so that it will be helpful for you people. And also please watch the orientation session also. That will be highly beneficial to know, to know which stream you have to choose, and also what are the opportunities that you have apart from JEE and NEET exam. What are the exams that are there that you can attempt, and how we are different from others. All these things we have discussed in that orientation session, and mainly we will understand the importance of this bridge course. Alright friends, let us start our discussion. Okay, today we will be concluding with trigonometry, and tomorrow we will be starting with a new concept or the new topic, that is functions, domain and range, very important concepts. Okay, so today in trigonometry we will be discussing some very important concepts, that is compound angle formula and double angle formulas, and based on that we will be solving some very important questions. So yesterday we started with what? Trigonometric functions and their particular angles, and I also told you for 180 degree what happens, 360 degree what happens, ASTC rule, and also we studied trigonometric ratios of negative angles, and based on that we solved some very important questions. This was the last thing that we did. Okay, let me revise this concept again, because this is highly important. This is a highly important concept. If you see pi by 2 into odd multiple, okay, steps to get any angle. Instead of by adding various formulas, you can use this trick, that is pi by 2 into odd multiple. What will happen? Sine will change to cos, and cos will change to sine, and vice versa. Tan will change to cot, okay, secant will change to cosecant, cosecant will change to secant, that is they become complementary angles. Okay, next thing, when it comes to pi by 2 into even multiple, what happens? Trigonometric function remains the same. That means sine will remain sine, cos will remain cos, tan will remain tan, and when it comes to reciprocal also it is the same. Cosec will remain cosecant, secant will remain secant, and cot will remain cot. What is that? Sine of pi by 2 into even multiple will give us sine only. Sine of pi by 2 into odd multiple will give us cos. That is the meaning of it. And when it comes to the sine, okay, check the quadrant for the sine as per the original function. That means after you change to sines to cos, or after you change sines to another sine, okay, that sign you should not change. Okay, that sign is not going to determine. Sine of the original angle is going to determine the sine of the value. Okay, so that means what? Through the examples, let us understand. Yesterday we solved a question on what is this? Sine 150 degree. I also gave a question on cos of minus 225 degree. Now let us take up one more question, okay, to make it clear for you when it comes to this concept. So let us take up a question. That is cos of minus 210 degree. I want to find this value. Okay, what I am telling, cos of minus 210 degree. I have to find this value. Okay, I hope it is clear. I hope I am audible. Let me check once. Now let us take up one more question. Yeah, all right. Yeah, see. cos of minus 210 degree is given. So first thing is what? Cos of negative theta, that is cos of minus theta is nothing but what? I told it will observe the negativity, so cos theta it will become. So similarly this will become what? I can write first thing as cos of 210 degree, cos of 210 degree. Now before doing anything, cos of 210 degree, okay, cos of 210 degree, if you look at ASTC rule, cos of 210 degree is in which quadrant? If you see here, if you write the quadrants here, this is what? 0 to 90, 90 to 180, 180 to 270, 270 to 360. If you talk about, see here 180 and 270, between this 210 will come, that is third quadrant, this is second, this is first, this is fourth quadrant, correct na? So if you talk about this third quadrant, see 210 degree comes in this which quadrant? Third quadrant. Third quadrant which is positive? Third quadrant only tan and cot are positive, here all are positive, here sine and cosec are positive. Here what about fourth quadrant? Fourth quadrant cos and its reciprocal secant are positive, others are negative. Now cos 210 degree. So cos 210 degree is coming in which quadrant, friends? It is coming in third quadrant. That means what? 210 degree, cos of 210 degree will give me a negative value. So I should write here equals to what? Minus. Just write minus because third quadrant cos is negative. Okay. Now let us find out this value for this. So cos 210 degree, I got the sign whether it is plus or minus, but I want the actual value. For that we will use the thing that I told you, whether it is pi by 2 into odd multiple or pi by 2 into even multiple. So 180 degree, see 210 degree I can write it as what? 180 degree plus 30 degree, right? So 180 degree is what? Pi, that is what? Pi is nothing but what? 180 degree is, I can write it as what? 2 into 90 degree. 180 degree is 2 into 90 degree, that is 2 into pi by 2, correct na? 2 is what? Even. Pi by 2 into even multiple. Pi by 2 into even multiple means cos will remain cos, sin will remain sin, that is what I told you. So this will become what? Cos 30 degree, cos 30 degree. But cos of 180 minus 30 degree, that is what? 180 plus 30 degree, this is 180 plus 30 degree, this is coming in third quadrant. So cos of 180 plus 30 will give us negative. Already I have put the negative sign here, let me put it here also. So this will be negative. So cos 30 is what, friends? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So this will be minus root 3 by 2, minus already I have kept here, this will be minus root 3 by 2 is the answer. Minus root 3 by 2 is the answer, friends. This is the way we can solve this question. This is the way we can solve this question. That is what I took, pi by 2 into even multiple. Okay, otherwise you can take pi by 2 into odd multiple also. What is that? I can take 270 minus theta. Okay, second method if I want to follow. So cos 210, I can write it as what? I can write it as cos 270 270 minus 60. 270 is what? See, 270 is nothing but 3 pi by 2. So 3 is what? Odd. This is odd into pi by 2. So odd multiple of pi by 2. Odd multiple of pi by 2. What will happen? So cos 270 minus theta. Odd multiple means cos will become sin. So this will become what? Sin. What is this? Sin 60 degree. But this is third quadrant. Third quadrant. See, this is 210 degrees. Third quadrant. Third quadrant sin is negative. So minus sin 60 degree. That will be what? Minus sin 60 degree will give us the value minus root 3 by 2. Minus root 3 by 2, this is the value. Okay, this is the way we will be able to find out the values of various trigonometric functions and their angles. Okay, be it any value, okay, you will be able to find out. Clear? Be it any angle, you will be able to find out without knowing any formula, just by knowing whether it is pi by 2 into odd multiple, pi by 2 into even multiple, and looking for the quadrant. Based on that, you will decide the sign. Okay, let us proceed further. So there is a question that is given here. What they are telling? They are telling cos 10 degree plus cos 20 degree plus up to cos 170 degree is equal to what they are asking. They are asking the value for this. Okay, looks like a difficult question, but it is a pretty ordinary question if you know this concept of pi by 2 into odd multiple and pi by 2 into even multiple. So see here what they have given us. See, cos 10 degree plus cos 20 degree. Okay, let us write here. So cos 170 is here. So let me backtrack. Let me write here what? Cos 160 degree. Let me write it. Okay, let us write two angles like this. Now here what we have to do is we have to do the pairing. Okay, how to do the pairing? But before that, see, this is cos 10 degree. Okay, now look at this cos 170 degree. Cos 170 degree can be written as what? I can write this as cos 180 minus 10 degree, correct na? 170 minus 10 is 170. But cos 170 degree is coming in which quadrant? Second quadrant. Second quadrant cos is what? Negative. So cos 180 minus 10 degree. Cos 180 minus 10 degree. 180 is what? It is pi by 2 into 2. That is pi by 2 into 2. Pi by 2 into what is it? Pi by 2 into 2 means that is even multiple of pi by 2. Even multiple of pi by 2. Cos will remain cos only. So I will get what? Cos 10 degree I will get it. But here cos 170 is in second quadrant, but in cos in second quadrant is negative. So this will be what? Minus cos 10 degree. This is plus cos 10 degree. This and this if I pair, I will get what? 0. I will get what? 0. Similarly, this will be cos 20 degree. Okay. Plus this is what? Cos 160 degree. Cos 160 degree I can write it as what? Cos 180 minus 20 degree. Here plus will be there. Okay. 180 minus 20 degree. So cos 180 minus 20 degree. So see here cos 180 minus 20 degree if you talk about, cos 160 is what? 160 is in second quadrant, so cos will be negative. 180 minus 20 degree. 180 is what? Pi by 2 into even multiple. Even multiple means cos will remain cos. So I will get what here? Cos 20 degree I will get it. What will be the sign? Cos 160 is what? Original angle you have to look at for the quadrant. Original angle is 160 degree. It is coming in second quadrant. In the second quadrant cos is what? In the second quadrant cos is negative. So I should put what? Negative sign here. So this and this if I compare, this will become what? 0. It will cancel. Again I will get 0. Similar values I keep on getting what? 0. So the final answer will be what? 0. If you take cos 30 degree, cos 150 degree, they will also give us what? They will also give us 0. Here it will be cos 30 degree, cos 150 degree, I will get it as what? Minus cos 30 degree, both will get cancelled, I will get 0. So this is on pairing. I will get the answer as what? 0. It appears like a difficult question, but it is fairly simple and pretty ordinary question. You will get it as what? 0. So you should solve this question, friends. Clear? Got it? This is the way you have to approach this question. This is the way you have to approach this question. This is how our trick, that is pi by 2 into odd multiple and pi by 2 into even multiple and checking for the quadrant will help us to find the values of any angle, trigonometric values of any angle, that is sine of any angle, cos of any angle, tan of any angle and its reciprocal. Okay, without having to by heart any formulas. Now let us come to this, the compound angles. Okay, till now we studied about what? See, till class 10 what we studied, you would have studied about sin theta, cos theta or sin A, cos A, sin B, cos B, similarly for tan. Okay, but you have not studied like sin of A plus B, sin of A minus B, like this you have not studied. That means what? Combination of combination of two angles you have not studied. That is a new thing that you will be studying in your 11th and 12th. Okay, so this is the concept that is there in 11th and 12th. So compound angles means what? It is a combination of two angles. How do you combine those two angles? See, compound angles if I talk about, see here, forget about the formulas, I will tell you how to remember the formulas. So see here, compound angles means combination of angles, combination of two or more angles, okay. Combination I am talking about. Combination means what? How do you combine them? By plus or minus, combining by plus or minus. Now if we talk about this, see here, sin of A minus B, sin of A plus B, like this various formulas are there. Okay, so let me write this down here. So first thing is what we are having. So compound angles, first thing you remember, first formula that we have is sin of A plus B. Next what do we have? Sin of A minus B is equal to what? Third thing what we have is cos of A plus B. Next thing what we have is cos of A minus B, cos of A minus B. These are the things that we have. Tan will come to it. Okay. Now let us focus on this. Before going to the formula, I would like to tell you some things about sine and cos. What kind of a person they are. Okay, that will help you to remember the formulas without by hearting it. If you talk about sine, okay, sine, if you talk about sine, okay, sine is a very nice person. Okay, sine is a very nice person. Okay, so sine is friendly and humble. That means what? This sine will combine with any other function very easily. Okay, it will combine with any other function very easily. Okay, that is the thing about sine. When we talk about cos, cos is a very harsh person. It's a very harsh and rude and not so friendly. Okay, and rude person. He will not combine with anyone that's so easily. He will not combine with anyone so easily. So if you talk about this sine of a plus b formula. I told which sine will combine with anyone else. Okay, sine will like to combine with cos more. Okay, so sine of a plus b, the formula is what? Sine a cos b, sine a cos b. Now plus is there, write down plus. This will be what? Cos a sin b is what? Cos a sin b. So see here, we are getting what? Sine of a plus b can be written as what? Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. If it is plus, plus is coming. Sin a cos b plus cos a sin b. Done. Now let us come to this formula. Sin of a minus b. Sin of a minus b can be written as what? Same formula. Here plus is there, here minus is there. So what should change? Here plus, here it will become minus. That's all. Okay. This will become what? Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b. Okay, minus cos a sin b. Only that is the only change that is happening here. Okay, so plus and minus. Plus, see, plus means what? If I ask sin to close the door, it will close the door. That means plus means it will become plus. If I ask sin to open the door, it will open the door. That means minus will become minus. Now let us come to cos. So cos of a plus b. Cos of a plus b. I told you cos is a person, it doesn't like to combine with anyone else. So cos will remain with cos only, and it will make sure that sin will remain with sin. So what will the formula become? Cos of a plus b. Cos of a plus b will become what? Cos a cos b. Here we will write what? Sin a sin b. Okay. Now you may ask me, what about the sign here? What is the plus or minus and what should come? See, first thing is what? It will combine with cos itself, and it will make sure that sin will combine with sin. So cos a cos b and sin a sin b is there, but here plus is there. If I ask cos to open the door, it will do the reverse. Okay, if I ask cos to open the door, it will close the door. That means what? If here it is plus, here it will become minus. Here it is plus, it will become minus. Here it is plus means here it will become minus. But similarly, if I ask cos to close the door, it will open the door. Okay, it's a very peculiar person. If I ask cos to close the door, it will open the door. Okay, so what will happen here? Here minus is there, means here it will become plus. So same formula, cos a cos b plus what is this? Sin a sin b. Okay, sin a sin b. These are you have to remember the formulas. Okay, cos a plus b. Plus means here it will become minus. Minus means here it will become plus. Cos will combine with cos. Cos a cos b. Sin will combine with sin. Sin a sin b. Cos a cos b plus sin a sin b. If it is minus, plus means here it will become minus. But what about sin of a plus b? It will combine with cos very easily. Sin a cos b. Sin is a very obedient person. If you say sin to close the door, it will close the door. So plus means here it will become plus cos a sin b. Now when we talk about sin of a minus b, this will become what? Sin a cos b minus cos a sin b similarly. Okay. So these are the four formulas, highly important formulas, very important formulas. Based on this, we will be solving a lot of questions. Okay. So very important formulas. Now when it comes to tan, tan of a minus b is there, tan of a plus b is there, cot of a plus b is there, cot of a minus b is there. So let us learn them now. Very important formulas. So see here, tan of a plus b is equal to what? Tan of a minus b is equal to what? One more thing, when it comes to these formulas, it is highly important that you learn. See, when it comes to your board examinations or your IPE syllabus, that is 11th and 12th syllabus, what you will do? You will learn from LHS to RHS. But I have been insisting you to learn, repeatedly insisting you to learn the formulas not just from LHS to RHS, but from RHS to LHS also. Why? Because in the competitive examination, that is how these formulas will be helpful for you. If you learn just from LHS to RHS, it will not be useful. You have to be able to learn or apply the formulas from RHS to LHS also. If it is given like this any function, you should be able to quickly identify and write what? Sin of a plus b. Okay, same when it comes to other formulas also. So see here, tan of a plus b. Tan of a plus b can be written as what? The formula is tan a plus tan b. Okay, by, before going to denominator. What about tan of a minus b? By, what is the denominator? Here denominator will become what? 1. Here it is plus, means here tan b. Okay, so tan of a plus b is what? Write down whatever is there in the numerator, tan a plus tan b. See, tan A plus tan B. Denominator is what? 1 minus. If it is plus, it will become 1 minus. If it is plus, it will become what? 1 minus tan A tan B. Tan of A minus B formula is what? Tan A minus tan B. Okay. Tan of A minus B formula is what? Tan A minus tan B. Here it will become what? 1. Here it is minus means here it will become reverse. Here if it is plus means here it will become opposite. Here it is minus means here it is reverse or opposite, it will become, this will become what? Plus tan A tan B. Plus tan A tan B. Okay. So tan of A plus B is what? Tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. Here it is plus means here it will become opposite of that, it is minus. Tan A minus tan B, opposite of this is what? 1 plus tan A tan B. So highly important formulas, all these are highly important and highly useful formulas. Now let us go to cot, not so important, but let us learn that also. 7th one and 8th one. Cot of A plus B. Cot of A plus B is cot A cot B minus 1 by cot B plus cot A. Okay. Now when you talk about cot of A minus B, this is what? Cot A cot B plus 1 by, it is not cot A, it is cot B minus cot A. It is reverse, cot B minus cot A. This is the formula. Okay, by cot B minus cot A. This is the formula, friends. Clear? So cot A cot B minus 1 by cot A cot B plus cot A. Cot of A minus B is what? Cot A cot B plus 1 by cot B minus cot A. See, still some more formulas are there. Transformation formulas, okay, factorization formulas, defactorization formulas, all these things are there. That you will study when it comes to 11th standard when you go for core concepts. But these concepts are going to help you to connect the dots. Okay, from 10th standard I don't want you to clearly jump there. Okay, I want you to have a smooth transition, but these formulas are going to help you. Okay, these are the things that will be helping you to solve a lot of questions, which we will see eventually. So see here, when it comes to 11th and 12th, highly important is you will be learning what? 0 degree, 30 degree, 45 degree, 60 degree, 90 degree you will learn in your 10th standard. Up to your 10th standard you will learn trigonometric ratios of some particular angles. But here you have to learn for 180 I already told you how to learn. Okay, 360. So sin of any pi is what? 0. Tan of any pi is what? 0. Cos of any pi, that is cos of odd pi is minus 1. Cos of even pi is plus 1. But when it comes to some particular angles, you have to remember this. So sin of 15 degree is root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. That is equal to what? Cos 75. Cos of 15 degree is what? Root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. That is equal to what? Sin 75. That is what? Complementary angles. Sin 15 is what? Complementary to cos 75. Cos 15 is what? Complementary to sin 75. Tan of 15 degree is 2 minus root 3. Very important. Okay. Cot 15 degree is what? 2 plus root 3. Very important. You have to remember these formulas. If you can't remember, I suggest you have to remember. Make a note of it. You definitely have to remember this. How it comes, I will show you. If you don't know how to remember, okay, you can know how it comes. Definitely you have to remember, but apart from this, I will be showing how this is coming. So this is what? First thing, let me just take only one thing. Sin 15 degree, how it is coming. Okay, sin 15 degree, I don't know the value you think. Okay, so how to get it? 15 degree means I can write it as what? Sin 45 minus 30 degree. Correct na? Sin 45 minus 30 is what? 15 degree. Sin of 45 minus 30 degree, this is of which form? Sin of, what is it? A minus B, which is nothing but what? Sin A cos B minus cos A sin B. So this will give us what? Sin 45 into cos 30 minus cos 45, because cos A, minus cos 45 into sin 30. Sin 30. Now see here, sin 45 is what? 1 by root 2, you know the value. Cos 30 is what? Cos 30 is root 3 by 2 minus cos 45 is what? Same as sin 45, that is 1 by root 2. Sin 30 is what? 1 by 2. Okay. Now if you take the LCM, LCM will be what? 2 root 2. The numerator will become what? Root 3 minus 1. So sin 15 degree is equal to what? Sin 15 degree is root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. So what is the value here? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Here also we got the same value. Sin 15 degree is equal to what? Root 3 minus 1 by 2 root 2. Very simple. This is how we can get these values, but I definitely want you people to remember it, because directly you should apply it. You should not have time to, you will not have time to derive all these things. If you don't know, you have to definitely have to derive, but it is better you know these values, at least learn these values. It's complementary, you will eventually get it. Okay, sin 15 degree, tan 15 degree, cot 15 degree, cos 15 degree. Okay, let us proceed further. That is what is given. Sin 75, if I want, what I can do? Sin 75, you can do it by yourself. I can write it as what? Sin 45 plus 30. Okay, sin 45 plus 30. So this will become what? Sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. Sin 45 cos 30 plus cos 45 sin 30. This will be what? 1 by root 2. Cos 30 is what? See here, only thing that will become is it will only change the sign. So this will become what? 1 by root 2. This is what? Cos 30 is what? Root 3 by 2 plus what is this? Cos 45 is what? 1 by root 2. Sin 30 is what? 1 by 2. So denominator will be 2 root 2. Denominator will be what? 2 root 2. Numerator will be root 3 plus 1. So that is what we have here. Root 3 plus 1 by, it should be 2 root 2. Root 3 plus 1 by 2 root 2. Okay, understood. Let us proceed further. Okay, before going to this question, okay, let us solve this question first. Let us solve this question first so that you have more clarity. They were given sin 163 degree, cos 347 degree, sin 73 degree, sin 167 degree is given. Okay, these are the values that is given. Okay, these are the values that is given. Let me take some other color so that everything is in what? Yellow only. So let me take some other color. Is it visible? Just let me check. Okay. Let me take yellow itself, no problem. So see here, they were given what? Sin 160 degree, cos 347, sin 73, sin 167. So out of these, keep the angles which are less than 90 degree as it is as of now. Okay, so sin 163 degree is close to which angle? 180 degree. Correct? Now it is close to which angle? It is close to 180 degree. It is close to 180 degree. Now, degree. 347 is close to which angle? 360 degree. Sin 73 is close to 90, keep it as it is. Sin 167 is close to which angle? Sin 180 degree. Now, this sin 163 degree, I can write it as what? Sin of 180 minus, what is it? 180 minus 17 degree. Cos 347, I can write it as what? What is it? I can write it as cos of 360 minus 13 degree. Minus 13 degree, correct na? Cos of 360 minus 13 degree. Sin 73, keep it as it is. This is sin 73 because this is less than 90 degree, keep it as it is. Sin 167, I can write it as what? Sin of 180 minus 13 degree. Correct? I can write it like this. Sin of 180 minus 17. So first of all, look at the original angle. Sin 160 degree. 160 degree is in 163 degrees in which quadrant? Second quadrant. So second quadrant sin is positive. So here we will have a positive value. But sin of 180 minus 17, that is what? Pi by 2 into what is it? This is what? Even multiple. 180 is even multiple. So sin will remain sin. I will get what? Sin 17 degree. I will get what? Sin 17 degree. I will get what? Sin 17 degree. Now see here, cos of 360 minus 13. 360 minus 13. So see here, what is this? Cos of 360 minus 13. Look at this. Cos 347. 347 degrees in which quadrant? This is second quadrant. This is fourth quadrant. Fourth quadrant, cos is positive. So here I will get what? Positive value. Cos of 360 minus 13 degree. 360 is what? Even multiple of pi by 2. So cos will remain cos. I will get what here? Cos of 13 degree. I will get it here. Okay. Cos of 13 degree. I will be getting it here. Okay. Clear. Now see here. What I will have here is sin 73 degree. Keep it as it is. Now look at this. Sin of 167 degree. 167 degree is in which quadrant? It is in second quadrant. So this will become what? Second quadrant sin is positive. I will have a positive value here. So sin 180 minus theta, that is what? 180 is what? Even multiple of pi by 2. So this will become what? 180 minus theta is what? It will become what? 180 minus theta. Sin will remain sin only. I will get what? Sin 13 degree. Okay, sin 13 degree. I have sin 17 cos 13. Sin 13 is there. So here also I need cos 17. Correct now? Here also I need cos 17 because here sin 17 cos 13 is there. Sin 13 is there. I want cos 17. So here can I apply complementary angle? That means what I can do? Sin 73 I can write it as what? Sin 73 I can write it as what? Sin 90 minus theta. Sin 90, sin 73 I can write it as what? Sin 90 minus 17. Okay, so 90 is what? 90 is 1 into pi by 2, that is odd multiple of pi by 2. Sin will become what? Cos. Cos 17 I will get it. So here I will have what? Sin 17 into cos 13 degree plus what is this? I will have cos 17 into sin 13 degree. So look at this how it is. So we are having sin 17 cos 13 plus cos 17 sin 13. Just now we discussed this concept, that is what? Compound angles formula, correct na? Compound angles formula. So see, this is of the form sin A cos B plus cos A sin B sin B. So this can be written as what? Sin of A plus B. Sin of A plus B I can write it. So this I can write it as what? Sin of A plus B means sin of 17 plus 13. So that will be what? Sin of 30 degree. Sin 30 degree is what? 1 by 2. I am writing all these steps so that you understand very clearly. Otherwise I would have written directly skipping various steps. But I am writing all these steps so that you understand very clearly. Since you are 10 students, 9 students also are watching. Anyways, so this is what? Option B 1 by 2 is the right answer, friends. Option B 1 by 2 is the right answer. This is the way we can solve this question. This is the way we can solve this question very easily. Okay, 1 by 2 is the right answer, friends. Now before going to the other concepts, now let us discuss about double angle formulas. So there are questions based on compound angles, still more questions are there, we will be doing it. But before that we will discuss the concept of double angle formulas, because this will be the last class in trigonometry. I want to start with some other concept, that is functions, tomorrow. So I don't want to miss out on double angle formulas because this is highly important. So when you talk about double angle formulas, so till now in 10th you are learning sin theta or sin A, cos theta or cos A, tan B, something like this. What will happen if it is sin 2 theta? What will happen if it is sin 2A? What will happen if it is cos 2 theta? What will happen if it is cos 2A? This you have to learn. So that you will learn when it comes to double angle formulas. So now we will be learning what is a double angle formula. Double angle formula. Okay, double angle formula. So see here. So first when you talk about sin, see, I will just write it in simple terms. Sin 2 theta can be written as what? 2 sin theta cos theta. Sin 2 theta can be written as what? I told sin will like to combine with cos. That's what is happening. 2 is coming out, 2 sin theta cos theta. Now, when we talk about cos 2 theta I told you it doesn't like to combine with sin. So, we will write it as what? Cos 2 theta can be written as what? Cos square theta. Here it will become what? Minus sin square theta. There are various forms to write cos 2 theta. Okay, see sin 2 theta in terms of tan also I can write it, but now I am restricting myself to keep it into 2 sin theta cos theta. So cos 2 theta can be written as what? Cos square theta minus sin square theta. Another way you can write it is what? Sin square theta can be written as what? 1 minus 2 cos square theta. So this will become what? 2 cos square theta minus 1. Similarly, cos square theta can be written as what? 1 minus sin square theta. So this can also be written as 1 minus 2 sin square theta. So depending on the question, you will apply any of these three formulas or any of the three forms of cos 2 theta. Very important. Okay, cos 2 theta highly important. Sin 2 theta is not important, it is also important. But these three forms are very important when it comes to cos 2 theta because it is having three forms. Now when we talk about tan 2 theta, tan 2 theta can be written as 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. This is how you will write it. Tan 2 theta can be written as what? 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. Okay, 2 tan theta by 1 minus tan square theta. This is the double angle formula you must know. Now, double angle formulas, compound angle formulas, using that we will be solving some questions of JEE mains and also some practice questions also. So see here. So I told you when it comes to compound angles, see here I told you sin of a plus b, sin of a minus b, cos of a plus b, cos of a minus b, tan of a plus b, tan of a minus b. Tan of a plus b is what? Tan a plus tan b by 1 minus tan a tan b. Tan of a minus b is what? Tan a minus tan b by 1 plus tan a tan b. So directly from this compound angles, how to solve the questions and how the questions will be given, let us see. Okay, let us see that first, how they will give the question. Okay, all right then. So see here, they have given the question. I hope it is visible. I'll write it here. They have given the value of tan 69 degree plus tan 66 degree by 1 minus tan 69 into tan 66 degree. This is the question. They are asking the value of what? The value of tan 69 degree plus tan 66 degree by 1 minus tan 69 degree into tan 66 degree. This is the question that they are asking. So see here, they are asking this question. Definitely I don't know directly the value of tan 69. For tan I know the value of tan 0, tan 30, tan 45, tan 60, tan 180. I hope you also know only these values. Now you know tan 15 also, that is 2 minus root 3 as of now. But tan 16 I don't know the value. You don't even have to know. How to solve this question? See, isn't this of the form tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay, let me write it here. This is of the form tan A plus tan B, if it is not visible, see here, by 1 minus tan A tan B. What did I tell you? Tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. What did I tell you in compound angles? This is nothing but equal to what? Tan of A plus B. Tan of A plus B. So here same thing, if I apply tan of A plus B means this I can write it as what? Tan of A plus B, that is tan of 69 plus 66 degree. Okay, tan of 69 plus 66 is what? Tan of 69 plus 66. So 69 plus 66 is what? Tan of 135 degree it will become. Tan of 135 degree it will become. Okay, tan of 135. Tan of 135 can be written as what, friends? So first of all I should know the quadrant tan 135. Tan 135 degrees in second quadrant, that is it is between 90 to 180. So 135 degrees in second quadrant means I should put which value? It is in tan is negative in the second quadrant, so this will be minus. Okay, this value will be minus. So I can write this as what? Tan 135 I can write it as what? Tan 90 plus 45. Okay, tan 90 plus 45. Tan 90 plus 45. Tan 90 plus 45, or I can also write it as tan 180 minus 45. However, it is the same. So tan 90 plus 45. So 90 is what? Odd multiple. Odd multiple means tan will become quad. So tan 90 plus 45 is what? What I am getting? Quad 45. Quad 45. Okay, quad 45. But tan 135. 135 is in second quadrant. So this will become minus quad 45. Minus quad 45. Quad 45 or tan 45, both the values are same. That is 1. So I will write it out here 1. The value is 1, but it is minus 1. So what is the answer, friends? That is the first option. Minus 1 is the right answer to this question. So minus 1 is the right answer to this question. Clear, friends? These so we will be able to solve the question. So look at this. They have given the RHS. We have to find the, sorry, they have given the RHS. Yes, we have to find the LHS. So the formula is given in the form of RHS. We have to equate it to LHS. In what we will do in 10th standard or 11th and 12th board exams, what you do? You learn the formula from LHS to RHS. While proving also, you will take LHS and you will take something and you will prove to RHS. No. Here what we will do is, you will take the RHS and you will find the formula for the LHS. So you have to learn the formula, or you have to attune your mind in such a way that you have to learn the formula in such a way that from RHS to LHS. So see here RHS is given, you have to find the LHS, that is tan of A plus B. So this simple question it will become. This seemingly difficult question will become simple question if you know how to apply the formula from RHS to LHS. That's how we are going to help you in these courses. That's why please pay attention in throughout the classes, in all the classes, be it for physics, chemistry, maths, biology, because these highly important classes that we are going to conduct, that we are conducting now. Okay, okay, let us proceed. Now based on the concept of this only, what is that? Concept of compound angles only. Let us see a question from JEE Mains 2025 session 1, that is January session. Okay, I hope the question is visible to all of you. Okay, I hope the question is visible to all of you. They have given, look at this, what they have given here. The value of, they are asking the value of sin 70 degree. Sin 70 degree into, what is it? cot 10 degree into cot 70 degree minus 1. So from whatever knowledge we have, we were able to solve 2 JEE mains question in the previous class and some EAP set question also. Similarly, we will be solving JEE main question now. So sin 70 degree, I definitely don't know the value of sin 70 degree. You don't even have to know. Only certain angles you have to know the value. Today something extra I told you, that is sin 15, cos 15, okay, tan 15, cot 15, and there what is that? Complementary angles. That is what? Sin 75, cos 75, cot 75 and tan 75. You have to know those values. But sin 70 you don't know the value, it's okay. But how to find out the value of this entire thing? Simple. See here, sin 70 keep it as it is. This cot convert to what? Sin and cos. This will be what? Sin 10. This will be what? Divided by what is this? Sin 10 divided by cos 10 into what is this? Sorry, cot, right? Cot will be cos by sin. Cot will be cos by sin. So this will become what? Cos 10 by sin 10. Again this will be what? Cos 70 by sin 70 minus 1. Okay, minus 1. Let me write in the next step. Okay, or let me write what? Let me write it here itself. If I take the LCM, this will become what? Sin 10. If I take the LCM here, this will become what? This will go up here. Sin 10 into sin 70. This is what I will have. Okay, this is what I will be having. Entire thing. So this is what I will be having for this. Okay, so see here, this is what I will be having. Here I am having what? Sin 70. What I can do? Here also sin 70 is there. Okay, this and this I can cancel. Can I cancel or not? Definitely I can cancel this. Now see here, I am having cos 10, cos 70, sin 10, sin 70. So look at this. These are which form? These are the form cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B. Cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B. So this is of which formula? Cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B. It is definitely cos is coming together, sin is coming together, means it is what? It is a formula in cos. Okay, A and B, compound angle formula. Here minus is coming, means here what should come? Plus. That I told you, if you ask cos to open the door, it will close the door. Okay, so minus means here it will become plus. If I apply this formula, what I am left with? Cos A, cos B minus sin A, sin B. I will write it as what? Cos of A plus B, that is cos of 10 plus 70 divided by what is this? Sin 10. Sin 10 degree. So this will become what? Cos of 80 degree by sin 10 degree. Okay, sin 10 degree. Cos of 80 degree can be written as what? It's complementary angle. Cos 80 degree, its complementary angle can be written as what? So I can write this as what? Cos of 90 minus 10. That is what? Cos 90 minus theta is sin theta. So this will become what? Sin 10 by sin 10. So this will be cancelled. I'll get the value as 1. Very simple. Answer is first option 1. So see here friends, how such JEE mains 2025 questions we are able to solve just by the knowledge of what? Knowing the compound angles. Okay, your class 10 students, if you follow the sessions, previous 3 classes, you will be able to solve this JEE mains question. Okay, JEE mains question, not some random years. We are talking about 2021 question we solved, 2023 question we solved, and now we are able to solve the question from what? 2025. Okay, 2025. In the previous class also we solved one of the questions from 2025 just by using the knowledge of what? Trigonometric identities, reciprocal relations, and some basics of algebraic identities. Correct na? So this is the beauty of this bridge course. This will be connecting the dots, how the concepts from 10th you can evolve, or you can understand in depth, so that you can be able to solve these questions, or you can know the applicability of the concepts. Already you have the knowledge, you should know the applicability of that knowledge. That is how we are going to help here. So please pay attention till the end of the session and watch it repeatedly. If you have any doubt, you can put it in the comment section, and do share it with your friends. Okay, clear? Now this is how we are able to solve this question. Similar to this, let us take one more question. Let us take one more question. So this is a question from JEE Mains 2025. Now let us take one more question from state entrance, that is AP EAP set. AP EAP set 2024, they have asked this question. So what they are telling, if alpha is in the third quadrant and beta is in the second quadrant. So this is based on ASTC rule. Okay, yes, alpha is in the third quadrant and beta is in the second quadrant. First, second, third, fourth. Okay. Second quadrant, such that tan alpha is 1 by 7, sin beta is 1 by root 10, sin of 2 alpha plus beta. So this question they are checking the concept of what? Sin 2 alpha is there. So here this is a question from concept of what? So ASTC rule is there, concept that is involved, concepts involved. If I talk about concepts involved, in every question please write down this at the side when you are making it, concepts involved. That will be helpful for you to revise and know how the concepts are applied. Concept involved is ASTC rule. Next thing is what? Sin 2 alpha plus beta, that is nothing but what? Sin of A plus B, sin of A plus B. That is what the concept. Second concept involved is compound angles concept. Compound angles concept, ASTC rule, this is compound angles concept. Next concept that is involved is sin 2 alpha. Sin 2 alpha can be written as what? Sin 2 alpha can be written as, what is it? It can be written as it can be written as 2 sin alpha cos alpha. In sin 2 alpha, again in this formula cos 2 alpha also comes. So cos 2 alpha can be written as what? 1 minus 2 sin square alpha. So here the third concept that is involved is double angle formula. Double angle formula. Okay, double angle formula. Now let us solve this question. So they are telling alpha is in the third quadrant, beta is in the second quadrant, such that tan alpha is equal to 1 by 7. Yes, in third quadrant tan is positive, sin beta is equal to 1 by root 10. In second quadrant sin is positive. Fine. Now tan alpha is given. Okay, tan alpha is given as what? 1 by 7. Let us draw a triangle. Okay, let this be alpha. This is 90 degree, means let this be alpha. So tan means what? Opposite by adjacent. This will be 1 by 7. So what about this one? This will be what? 7 square plus 1, that is what? This will become what? See, 7 square is 49, square root of 49 plus 1, 7 square is 49, that will be square root of 50. Hypotenuse will be 50. You know how to find this, correct na? In class 10th you have used Pythagoras theorem to find these values. So tan alpha I got it. So tan alpha is what? 1 by 7 they have given. So using this I got the value of hypotenuse. Now I want sin alpha. Sin alpha is equal to what? Sin alpha is equal to opposite by hypotenuse, that is 1 by root 50. What about cos alpha? Cos alpha will be equal to what? Cos alpha will be equal to, cos alpha, if we need it or not, let us see, 7 by 50 root 50. Now coming to what they have given, next thing what they have given is, they have given sin beta is equal to 1 by root 10. Sin beta is equal to 1 by root 10. So sin beta is equal to 1 by root 10 is given. So let us draw a triangle for this. Sin beta is equal to 1 by root 10. This is beta. 1 by root 10. 1 by root 10 will be hypotenuse. Okay, now we want to find out this value. So that will be what? Root 10 minus 1 square, that is root 10 square minus 1 square. So that will be root 10 is 10 minus 1, that is what? 9. So square root of 9, that is 3. Okay, so this value will be 3. So this value will be 3. So sin beta I got. So cos beta will be equal to what, friends? Cos beta will be equal to 3 by root 10. Now they are asking us to find what value? Sin 2 alpha plus beta. So sin 2 alpha plus beta, I will write it here itself. Sin 2 alpha plus beta is sin A cos B plus cos A sin B. So I can write it as what? Sin 2 alpha into cos beta plus what is it? Cos 2 alpha into sin beta. Now see here, alpha is in which quadrant? Alpha is in third quadrant. Alpha is in third quadrant means sin is negative. This value will be negative. Beta is in second quadrant means cos will be negative. Yes, cos will be negative because in second quadrant only sin and cosecant are positive. Cos is negative, correct na, in second quadrant. So cos 2 alpha. Alpha is in which quadrant? Third quadrant. Third quadrant means cos is negative, only tan is positive. So this will also be negative. So then what about this one? This is sin beta. Sin beta is in second quadrant, so this is positive only, not a problem. This is positive. So sin 2 alpha. Sin 2 alpha can be written as what? See, sin 2 alpha. See, let me write the values here. Sin of 2 alpha plus beta. Let me write it, expand it here. Sin 2 alpha can be written as what? 2 sin alpha cos alpha into what is it? Cos beta plus, I am writing it here, cos 2 alpha can be written as what? 1 minus 2 sin square alpha. 1 minus 2 sin square alpha, that is cos 2 alpha can be written as what? 1 minus 2 sin square theta. 1 minus 2 sin square alpha into what is this? Sin beta. Into what is this? Sin beta. Now look, if you look at this, so see here, sin alpha will become what? Because third quadrant sin alpha will be negative, cos alpha will be negative, cos beta is in second quadrant, that is this will also be negative. Okay. So 1 minus 2 sin square alpha, so sin square alpha this is negative, negative into negative will become positive because sin square alpha this will be positive. Okay, now let us put the values. So this will be what, friends? 2 into sin alpha is what? Sin alpha is what, friends? Sin alpha is 1 by root 50, that I should write what into minus 1 by root 50, because alpha in third quadrant is means sin alpha will be negative. Next thing, cos alpha, this will also be negative in third quadrant. So cos alpha is what? 7 by root 15 minus 7 by root 50. Then cos beta will be, beta in second quadrant is negative, second quadrant means cos beta will be negative, this will be what? Into minus 3 root 10, minus 3 root 10 plus what is this? 1 minus 2 sin square alpha, 1 minus 2 sin square alpha. So 1 minus 2 sin square alpha means what? See, I will write here 1 minus 2 sin square alpha, sin square alpha. So 1 minus 2 sin square alpha is what, friends? Sin square alpha is 1 by 50. Okay, 1 by 50. I can write this as what? 2 into 1. 50 minus 2 is what? 48 by 50. I will get it as what? 48 by 50. This will be 48 by 50. 48 by 50. Okay, into sin beta is what? Sin beta is what? Sin beta is what they have given? Directly they have given 1 by root 10. 1 by root 10. Now just you have to calculate this value. See here, root 50 into root 50 is 50. 50 root 10. 50 root 10. This is what? 2 is there, 7 3 is 21, 21 2 is 42, minus into minus is plus, plus into minus is minus. So I will get what? The value that I will get is minus 42 plus 48, denominator is what? It is the same. So I will get what? 50 root 10, I will get 50 root 10, minus 42 plus 48 is what? 6, this is what? 6. So 6 by 50 root 10. So what I can do? 2 3 is 225 is I will get the answer is what? 3 by 25 root 10. This is the answer I will be getting. So which is nothing but what is the option? 3 by 25 root 10 is third option, friends. Third options. So this is a very simple question. I have taken time for you to explain each and every concept in a detailed way. Where minus is coming, which formula we are using, and the concepts involved. First thing is what? ASTC rule. Beta is in second quadrant means sin is positive but cos is negative. Alpha is in third quadrant means tan is positive but sin and cos are negative. And compound angle formula, that is what? Sin 2 alpha plus beta is what? Sin 2 alpha cos beta plus cos 2 alpha sin beta. Sin 2 alpha double angle formula, 2 sin alpha cos alpha, sin 2 alpha double angle formula, cos 2 alpha double angle formula, 1 minus 2 sin square alpha. Okay, these are the concepts that we have used here, okay, to solve this question. Okay, so with this we are ending the topic of trigonometry. In the tomorrow session we will be starting with a new topic, that is functions, domain and range. Clear, friends? These, so we will be able to solve these questions, okay, if you know the basics. Okay, so I hope you like this session when it comes to trigonometry. So similarly we will be starting with other concepts also. Tomorrow we will be doing with functions. Okay, I will wind up now. Okay, soon you will be getting the next session of the bridge course. So please stay tuned and do share and like the session. Thank you, and please keep practicing this. Please revise the concepts which we have done, and important points which I told you to make a note, please note it down. All right, friends, I will wind up now. Take care.